I'm working on a really pretty cornice with really pretty scallop shape at the bottom. And I have it so far pre-upholstered with the batting and the inner lining. And this step is one of the most important steps because it gets all the batting pre-stretched and formed to fit the shape of the cornice of the frame. So now when I go to put on the fabric, which is this pretty plaid, I'll be able to line up the straight edge of the plaid all along the top and then get the bottom stretched and pulled into place and permanently positioned where I like it the most before I staple it. And you can see these edges are super smooth. There's no puckering in the fabric. And that way I'll be able to get the lines of the plaid so straight the first time through, and I won't have to take any staples out. Well, almost none of the staples out. Sometimes I have to make adjustments, but anyway, this is the part of the cornice that is kind of the secret to getting a cornice really smooth with the final fabric. And so once I lay that plaid down, it's gonna stick where I want it to, and then I can, pull and manipulate the fabric and get the lines all symmetrical and the same on each side. So whatever part of the square lands at this point, I can get the same exact part of the square from the plaid on this point. And same with the scallops. Whatever I have right here is going to be right here, and I can check it and make sure before I start stapling that it's all lined up, and I can come to the end and look down the long way and check to see that all my lines are straight, and I can make sure they're straight on the edge before it goes around to the return. I can make sure the returns are straight, and so on. So that's why I like to pre-upholster all my cornices, especially with shapes, but even without a shape, pre-upholster with batting and interlining. So the next step will be fun to get the fabric on here, and it'll start to come together and look like it's gonna look when it's finished. We'll start to see what that's gonna look like. Just wanted to show you how this looks and how important this part is, and to show you that all along the edges it's smooth, all along the return it's smooth, and along the top. Making good progress on this cornice. I have the plaid or check, buffalo check fabric, whatever you call it, stapled top and bottom. I still have to do the returns, that's why it's pinned here. But I also have the welt, this tiny solid blue welt with facing on the bias attached on the edge, and I have to next put the tack strip right here that'll hold it on nice and even, and then when I peel it back, this will stay nice and close and even to the edge. And then when I wrap this around, the facing around to the back, I'll have a nice smooth line right here all the way around the shape. And it's looking so pretty. So the facing is on bias, and so is the welt. The solid welt is on bias, and then those two pieces are stitched together right here, and then it's stapled along the edge, and then I'm going to put the tack strip all along that edge. Once I do that, then I can flip it over and then wrap this around, which is why this is on the bias. I'll still need to clip and release pressure, but because it's on the bias, it's going to stretch real nice and leave this all nice and smooth. If it was not cut on the bias, it would be impossible to get it to wrap and have a smooth edge right there. So that's the important part. It's gonna look so sweet. Poor baby. Little baby's room.